18 upcoming horror games. If you like any type of horror game, stay with me that I'll show you games that you will love. And I'm pretty sure you don't know all of these games, not even the half I'd say. So stay with me until the end and I'll show you this game. Here you'll see games of PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series S, PC and even Nintendo Switch. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, click on the like, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments down below too, that helps me a lot. And just remembering, I'm posting videos every week here, usually 3 videos a week. So if you guys enjoy this one, just check the other ones too. Thank you so much and let's go. Metro Awakening is a new episode of the insane tactical horror FPS, but now it's a total new experience, different of the other games. Now the whole game will be set in a VR mode. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that don't like or don't play these games for any reason. I don't play these games too. I wouldn't even feel good playing this because I don't know, I'd feel sick, but there's a lot of people that enjoys it and this one looks very good. The game is being developed by the studio Vertigo Games, and it's going to be an immersive game, just like the Metro game usually is, with impressive graphics and also details. Of course, the lonely and dark tunnels of the Metro. The game is coming out on November 7th this month to PlayStation 5, Oculus Quest and PC. AILA is an interesting and unique first-person horror game, and the idea of this game sounds really interesting, and you're going to see it right now. And the game is being developed by the studio Pussy Trick Studios from Brazil. And the game will control a game tester in a future world. So the VR games will be the main idea for the story. Not the gameplay itself. The gameplay itself will be the standard game mode, not a VR game. So in some moment, the experience of the game inside the game will also be the part of the reality inside the game. And obviously, all that will lead to a true horror. The most interesting thing here, at least for me, is that the game will mix a game inside a game and the reality of this game. So mixing all this together sounds really fun, and I hope they make a good mix of it. And because the game will have a game inside the game, that's kinda complex, I don't know. We see different places and times during the game, but sounds even more fun. The game is coming out probably in 2025 or 2026, but I'd say 2025 for Xbox Series X, Series S, PlayStation 5 and PC. All this is still a mystery about how it's really going to be, but the most important thing is the game is being developed by Kojima, yeah, the master Kojima, so I wouldn't expect nothing less than a unique experience in the game. Kojima is especially known because he got insane creativity and originality about creating games. And in this survival horror, he said this is going to be a totally new and unique experience from any other type of media or other game. So I don't even know what to expect, but I believe this is going to be really interesting. In the only trailer we have seen so far, we can't see much of the game, just amazing realistic facial expression. So I'd say this is going to be something kinda important in the game, just like the expressions was also amazing in Alan Wake 2. That's not a Kojima game, but that was really good too. The game has no release date yet and is just confirmed for Xbox Series X and Series S. It will probably be coming out to PC too and PS5 maybe, that depends on Microsoft, since it's Kojima with Xbox production. Silent Hill F is another Silent Hill game announced with Silent Hill 2 Remake that was just released, and also some other Silent Hill experience, like the upcoming movie that could be fun. And this is being developed by the New Bards Entertainment Limited by Konami. The game is probably really far from the releasement and will probably have a different name when it comes out, but after Silent Hill 2 I think we should keep an eye out for Konami's new games, just like this one and Metal Gear Remake. In the trailer, we see a city set in Japan. What would be new in the series? A Silent Hill in the story is set in the United States, but the trailer looks very interesting. We don't know when the game is coming out, neither the platforms, but will probably be available on PlayStation 5 and PC, maybe Xbox. REANIMAL is a game that you never saw, probably, but now you'll be amazed by it, especially if you're a fan of Little Nightmares, and the game is being developed by Torchlight Studios. The similarities with Little Nightmares are clear, because the game is being developed by the same creators, basically, so I believe they know what they are doing, I must say. And for me, this one looks even more interesting than Little Nightmares 3, that we will see here soon too. The environments and immersion of this game are really in another level. Everything looks so unbelievable, but we need to wait for the game to be released, what will probably be 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S and PC. Cronos The New Dawn is a new announced survival horror game, developed by Bluebird Team SA, the studio responsible for The Medium. That's not that good, but they also developed the just released Silent Hill 2 remake. That's a very good experience, so I prefer to believe they're going to make a good job here. The game is going to be a third-person survival horror set in a mysterious and wrecked world with a lot of mysteries and things related to time travel. So I'd say the story here is going to be kinda complex. The studio just finished Silent Hill 2, but I don't know how long they've been working in this game too, but they're planning to release it in 2025. Let's hope when it come out in a good state. It's coming out to PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox Series X and Series S. The Sinking City 2 is the sequel of the first game. It's a survival horror game inspired in the books of H.P. Lovecraft, and the game is being developed by the studio Frogwares. Explore this dark and flooded city in the year 1920, filled with a lot of different creatures, huge monsters and all types of dangers. The game looks really good in the trailer. Of course we cannot trust so much in the trailers, but that's all we can see for now. But the game is being developed in Unreal Engine 5, so if they make a good job here, at least the game will be very beautiful, as it's a very good engine. Everything looks good, in the trailer at least, but we need to wait, as there is no release date yet, probably 2025 or 2026 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S and also PC. Decadent is a horror FPS with a original plot and impressive details and environment, and the game is being developed by Incursion games. The game is going to be set in a linear FPS survival, playing as a war veteran that turned into a occultist in a quest to save his own son, and there many dangers await, including bizarre fiends. The game looks absolutely horrifying in a matter of horror immersion. Hope it keeps that way. And if you enjoyed it, the game is coming out probably in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S and PC. Nowhere is an interesting mystery and survival horror game, and the game is being developed by Midnight Forge Limited, and it will be set in a sort of Norse mythology. The player will play in a first-person camera, and a big part of the game will be a sort of walking simulator, discovering things and unraveling what's really happening out there, all set in a Nordic world and about what happened to the gods after Ragnarok, when their worship ended. The game will be a sort of detective game and also a survival horror. With a original plot, I believe it got a good potential, but it's an indie game, so don't expect a AAA quality. But to see it, we need to wait until the game launches. For now, no release date, maybe 2025 or 2026, and only on PC for now.
Listen to me, burnt one. If you're turning a wall.
The Midnight Walk is a game that when I saw, I got absolutely impressed. The game will be set in a fantasy world, filled with all types of horror, and all that in the game made with real clay and animated in a stop-motion style. The game is being developed by Moon Hood, and look at these visuals, bro, it is amazing. The environments and all the creatures of the game looks absolutely awesome, and the game is from the same creators of Lost in Random, so I'd expect a original and very unique game, and I believe we're going to have that. This game will also be a VR game, but you can also play it without a VR system, and it's coming out in 2025 or 2026, PlayStation 5 and PC.
Flame.
Little Nightmares 3 is the new adventure, or should I say, the new nightmare of the franchise, still with a very cool visual and nice graphics, and the game is being developed by Supermassive Games. This time you won't play alone. I mean, you can play it alone, with an AI character helping you, or with a friend of yours or a mate, all set in an atmospheric and horrifying place, filled with all types of monsters. Just like the first two games, here you must survive the bizarre creatures that want to devour you, and also solve the riddles of the rooms, proceed to the next stage. And with this co-op mode, it promises to be even more complex now, the need of a good communication if you're playing online. The game is coming out in some moment of 2025, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch and PC.
I've always wanted to fly.
Directive 8020 is going to be a horror game focused on the story, and will be developed by Supermassive Games, the same studio of The Quarry, Man of Medan and more. So that's it, this is going to be one of those games only focused on the story, with changes and all.
That's all, isn't it? At least that's all.
This time the game is going to be set in a space, something we see in some horror films or games, like you'll see some others one here too. But this game looks really beautiful, so in this space you need to survive and discover what is really happening out there. The Earth is dying and humanity is running out of time. That's the brief of the game, so I believe this is going to be very immersive and unique. But to play the game you need to wait until some moment of 2025, as the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S and also PC. So if you like games in this style, just keep an eye out for this one.
Suffocating. Darkness. Corridors stink.
Dark Fracture is going to be a scary psychological horror experience, with ever-changing places as you search for a way out, and the game is being developed by the studio Twisted 2 Games.
I just want to live my life. It was just a job, nothing more.
Walk on the edge of madness in the shoes of tormented soul as you descend into the darkest depth of the human psyche, and question everything you see. This is the brief of the game. With that we know what to expect, right? So this won't be a survival game like Silent Hill for example, more like games like Layers of Fear or even Outlast maybe in some aspect. But if you got excited about this game, it's coming out in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, Xbox Series S and Series X. Alien Rogue Incursion is a VR game set in the universe of Alien, and it promises to be immersive and frightening horror game, and it's being developed by the studio Survios. The game is obviously going to be an FPS, and the plot of the game will be original with original characters, but also the classic Alien, and the player will explore dark and claustrophobic places to escape and also advance in the game.
There's no easy way to say this. I found exactly what I was looking for on Paranormal. Full-blown.
If you play VR games, you should keep an eye out for this one. This looks very interesting and it's coming out still in this year, yeah, December 19th, the end of the year, for PlayStation 5 and PC.
Even after those things, not once did I bow my head. By the time you hear them, I will have carved my name on the surface of this planet.
Daddy!
Paranormal Tales promises to be a very scary game, especially because it's going to be set in a found footage style. If you don't know what that is, basically the style of the first Blair Witch film, or REC, or even the game Outlast. It could be thought as a found footage too. But here you experience different stories, all of them with the frightening moments and places.
Teddy, come on now!
The game is being developed by Digital Cyber Cherries in Unreal Engine 5 and looks very horrifying. But if it's as good as it looks like, we need to wait, because there's no release date so far. Probably 2025 or 2026, but now only confirmed for PC. Dying Light the Beast is a standalone adventure from the original games, and it's being developed by Techland. You probably know Dying Light already, right? But in case you don't, it's an open world game filled with zombies, a lot of zombies, and different types of zombies. You need to survive, fight, escape, explore, scavenge, and doing quests, the main quests and also the secondary quests, helping other survivors. But it's not everyone that will be friendly. But the main thing of the game, at least for me and for the most of people I believe, is the gameplay itself. It's set in a FPS mode, but the movements and the insane parkour system is something that's really interesting in the game. For the one who missed especially the first Dying Light, you should keep an eye out for this one, as this is going to be closer to the first game than to the second. And this is coming out to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series S and PC, with no release date yet, probably 2025. AILA is a very bizarre game, but it was announced a long time ago, and some people even think it will never be really released. What would be sad, cause it looks brutal. The game is being developed by the studio called Cloud Inc. and will be a brutal FPS survival horror, with realistic environments and impressive details and graphics. The creatures of the game look something so insane with a brilliant originality, and the gameplay and combat seem so satisfying, and I really wish this game gave us what it promised, different of what that game Agony did, right? Do you remember it? That's sad.
Found some sort of administrative room. It's a total mess here.
The game has no release date, and it's just confirmed for PC for now. Routine is another FPS set in space, like some other ones in the list, but here it's not in a ship itself, but in an abandoned lunar base, and will be set in a first-person camera. The game is being developed by Lunar Software, and as I said, it will be set in the moon, in a sci-fi plot, exploring and surviving a retro-futurist 80s. But here you won't just explore, but also survive the dangers of the place. For now, what we know is that there will be some robots trying to kill you, but maybe, just maybe, I don't know, there will be more surprises. We don't know yet. And there is still no release date, maybe 2025 or 2026, to PC and Xbox Series X and Series S. Maybe a PlayStation 5 version could be confirmed too, we don't know yet. Well guys, some of these games are AAA, some are AA, some are indies, so I don't really know how good some of them will really be. Some of them will be really good, at least in a matter of mechanical quality, but we can just wait for now. So I thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, click on the like, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and also leave your comments in the comments field. Thank you so much and see you soon.